What's going on, y'all? Today we are going to go over our hang clean complex. I use this with all my athletes. It's a simple 3-step movement that really helps you dial in your technique. And we are also going to cover the setup of the hang clean, okay? The setup starts everything off. So if your setup is wrong, everything else is going to be off, okay? So we're going to get straight into it. Okay, first we're going to go over our setup for the hang clean, okay? One of the most important things is that we want our feet to be underneath our hips at the start of our hang clean, okay? So think of this like a vertical jump. Okay, now there's a lot in common with our vertical jump and our hang clean, even if you don't realize it. Okay, both of them are very vertical in nature. We're trying to get as up in the air as we can with our jump. Obviously, we're jumping, but with the pull or with the hang clean, we're trying to pull the bar as high or as vertical as possible. Okay, so our starting position for both of them should be more or less the same. Okay, if I'm trying to get vertical, whether jumping or pulling a bar up, I want my feet to be underneath my hips. Okay, if you jump like this, you're not going to be very strong. You're not going to be able to jump as high as you can, okay? So feet underneath the hips, that's our first step here with our setup. Now, after we have our feet in place and we grab the bar here, the next thing we're going to want to do, okay, is as we go, first I want my hands to be right outside of my thighs. Some people, if you have the mobility, will go a little bit wider, okay? But as long as your hands are outside the thighs, should be a pretty good hand position for you. Next, we need to unlock our knees, okay? So I don't want to lock my knees out. I want to go soft bend in the knees, and this just kind of unlocks the lower body for the next movement I have to do, okay? So feet underneath the hips, hand outside the thigh, unlock the knees. From here, I want to have a broad chest, okay? So I want to almost think about pulling this bar back into my body. So look what my elbows do. If I'm lazy and my elbows are not, or sorry, my lats aren't engaged, okay, my elbows are going to be pointing really out to the side. Now, if I engage my lats and pull this bar back into my body, see what that does to my elbows? Now my elbows are pointing back behind me and it pokes my chest out, okay? So this right here is a solid starting position. My chest is up, I have a soft bend in the knees, my arms are fully straightened, and really I'm ready to go from here. Okay, working into the actual complex here, this is a 3-step complex, okay, that's really gonna help us dial in our technique, okay? So the 3 movements are an RDL, RDL to a high pull, and RDL to a full clean, okay? So we just went over that starting position, okay? So I lock in my starting position, RDL ends right above the knee, the high pull, okay? I'm up on my toes, my legs are fully straight, and my elbows above the bar, okay? And then on the full clean, when I catch it, I'm gonna widen my feet out a little bit, I'm gonna pause on the catch here, and then I'm gonna go into a full front squat, okay? So I'm here, widen the feet out. I want to pause for about 3 seconds to feel this good catch position with the hips behind the bar. Then I go into a full front squat, okay, and then I reset. Now I usually like to go 4 to 5 sets of 3 reps on each movement, okay, for 9 reps. So what it's going to look like is I'm going to do 3 RDLs, okay, just to feel this movement here. I'm going to do 3 high pulls, boom, boom, aggressive high pull, okay, and then I'll do 3 of the full cleans with a pause on the catch. So I'm here, 1, 2, 3, okay, reset, catch, hips behind the bar, 2, 3, reset, 1 more, 1, 2, 3, and back up. Now when you're first learning this movement, don't worry about how much weight you have on the bar, okay? So I usually do this complex with my athletes for the first 4 to 5 weeks of each program that we run through, okay? Now you can start adding a little bit of weight as you get more and more comfortable with the movement, but really this complex is about dialing in our technique, our bar positioning, our catch position, the position of the bar on the high pull. So that should be your focus here, not how much weight you have on the bar. And don't forget that setup is of utmost importance. The setup is everything. If your setup is off, it doesn't matter how well you do those 3 main movements, you're never going to reach your full potential in the hang clean. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more detail on how to actually hang clean, I have a video that goes over 5 steps that will really help you dial in your technique. I'll put it here somewhere on the screen. Check it out. Now, if you got something useful out of this, or if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, throw me a subscribe if you haven't already. If there's any other movements that you want to see broken down technique-wise, drop them down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.